Hello and welcome to TBA, the show that explores everything in arts and culture.
Yes, we'll be giving you an insight into what's hot and what's not. Welcome to the show. My name's Chris Lloyd.
And I'm Caroline de Moraes.
And this is the TBA live from the National Film and Television School Studios. Tonight we'll be taking a look at the Control the Rain exhibition at the Berberian Centre, created by Random International, with performances from Jeremiah Marques and the Blues Aces demonstrating their passion for Chicago blues.
We'll travel to the exceptional world of Peter Harrington's rare bookshop. We have a demonstration from Sans animator John Davide.
And don't forget that we have a SkyFall Bond girl with us in the studio today.
Tonia Sotiropoulou will reveal what it was like working with Daniel Craig and also delve into her experience as an actress on the recent British film production of the Berberian sound studio. And now for the news of the day. Two unknown British filmmakers, John Watts and Thomas Wood, have enticed Hollywood executives with a 5-minute trailer for a period war epic set in China. With a budget of only £20,000, armies of Chinese waiters from Sheffield took to the English countryside of the Peak District to help stage this amazing trailer. It helped attract some serious financial backing from an American production company to the tune of £8 million. The trailer drew 80,000 YouTube views in just 2 weeks.
The last movie in the vampire Twilight saga, Breaking Dawn Part 2, is released on the 16th of November. Many are deeply saddened by the end of Robert Pattinson's portrayal of a brooding emo vampire. However, many critics of the Twilight series have taken to throwing parties across the world in celebration of its demise. Now, the series has become infamous for its popular portrayal of vampires and teenage heartthrobs.
The BBC, in spite of recent turmoil, is celebrating 90 years of broadcasting today. The BBC remains world-renowned and is a broadcaster with the highest ideals, and supporters and critics alike have come together to wish the corporation a happy 90th birthday. To celebrate this momentous occasion, Blur frontman Damon Albarn will perform to radio listeners around the world. More than 55 BBC radio stations will come together for Radio Reunited, and it is estimated the broadcaster will reach up to 80 million listeners.
Now, a bespoke rare bookshop in South Kensington recently allowed TBA cameras behind the scenes.
The first Peter Harrington bookshop was established in 1969, and it has now become one of the global leaders in rare book suppliers.
I've got to say, it's pretty awesome. I popped over a couple of weeks ago to have a visit, and they've got first editions of all the James Bond books,
Nice.
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and they've got the first Winnie the Pooh teddy that inspired all the designs. So, absolutely
You brought
amazing.
it back. Tell me you brought it back.
I didn't know because it was about £50,000, so I've left it there. But yeah, let's take a look at what happened when I visited and I met up with a senior consultant in early literature, Adam Douglas. Hello, Adam.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us. Cheers. Well, I'm joined at this time by Adam Douglas, who's the senior consultant in early literature at Peter Harrington Bookstore in Kensington. Adam, thanks for joining us. What's the oldest book that you've ever had in your possession at the store?
Well, the first printed book printed from movable type is the Gutenberg Bible, which was done about 1455. We've had a single leaf only from that. We haven't had the whole thing. There hasn't been one on the market for a while. So that, yeah, that's as old as you can get. We've had, Shakespeare First Folio. We've had, in fact, all the 4 folios. There were 4 folio editions. We've had presentation copies of Jane Austen novels. We've had first editions of everybody from Shakespeare through to J.K. Rowling. Lots.
We read that there's a lot of bookstores have closed in recent years, especially sort of personal bookstores and sole traders. Have you felt the sort of financial squeeze over the last, say, 5 or 10 years?
I wouldn't say that we as a firm have felt a great squeeze about it. What happened when the internet suddenly made a lot of books available to anybody who was looking for them? The books that we used to think were rare turned out to be not so rare on a worldwide level. So there are a lot of books that we might see only very rarely at a book fair in London or something that turned up in America or something. This is the second folio edition of Shakespeare's plays. Shakespeare's plays were first published in 1623. This is 1632. Unfortunately, we don't get many opportunities to sell the first folio in a bookshop. Complete copy now, I would think at auction would make something like £4 million.
Adam, tell us about what we've got here, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
The story is about this idea of creating life, which at the time when Mary Shelley wrote it was a really shocking idea. It's hard for us to get back to how shocking that idea was, but it was usurping God's prerogative to create life. And so her story about a scientist who reanimates a corpse or a collection of corpses all stitched together using electricity was really shocking. And this copy is a presentation copy from Mary Shelley to Lord Byron, and this is inscribed in her own hand to Lord Byron from the author. The whole significance of this is that it was his idea that they should have a ghost storytelling competition.
Now, this is widely considered to be the first true science fiction novel. Why is that?
Well, a lot of the things that she predicted have come to pass, really. We're still worried about how far scientists go in creating life, and since then we've managed to achieve some of the things she wrote about. I mean, we've cloned animals and we've done some of the things that in this day was just science fiction, but has become fact since then.
Now, I think there's no more famous spy novelist in the world than Ian Fleming. Can you talk to us about what we've got here?
The Ian Fleming novels of James Bond, anyway, the nice thing about them for collectors is it's a limited series. There's 14 books published. They're not all novels. Some of them are short story collections. But, I mean, the first one is Casino Royale, which is the first book he wrote, published in 1953. At that stage, he was just a newspaper man. You'll see it doesn't have the kind of cover that the later books have. These later Bonds have very familiar dust jackets, which are designed by Richard Chopping, but Chopping didn't work on this first book. There's a drawing of Fleming on the back there. That's where he's working in the Admiralty, which he did during the war, which is where he got a lot of his insider knowledge on how British spies operated. I recently reread The Man with the Golden Gun, and I was somewhat underwhelmed, but that's the second last book in the series, and he was already seriously ill when he was writing that, and I think that the quality of them does slightly tail off.
We talked about these Bond books and how their values changed. Do you think that this month being the 50th anniversary of the Bond films, do you think that that's affected the price and the value of these books in any way?
Well, I think it influenced, it created a cultural icon that has resonated ever since. Each generation has a different James Bond, has a different, I'm old enough to remember Sean Connery, but Daniel Craig is this generation's James Bond, and it keeps on appealing to people.
Adam, thank you very much for having us. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Unlike other niche bookshops, what's great about this particular one is that it's open for public browsing. Exactly. You can visit Peter Harrington's bookstore anytime you like and take a peek at some of these old and ancient books. To find out more, go to www.peterharrington.co.uk. Don't forget, of course, to send us your thoughts about what's happening on today's show and direct any questions you have to info@tbatheshow.com. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter @TBAtheshow. And right now, it's back to you, Caroline. Thanks, Chris. Now it's time for music. They're one of the most popular bands playing Chicago blues in London. Please welcome Jeremiah Marques and the Blue Aces. Guys, thank you so much for coming into the studio. I want to kick off with, how long have the band been together and when did you guys first meet?
About 12 years ago. We've been together, and playing our blues. Yeah.
And why blues?
Muddy waters. Affected us all.
I love it. Well, it is a timeless style of music. It absolutely is. And I love blues. Where can I check you guys out? What gigs? How many performances?
We've got a regular spot in London called Ain't Nothing But the Blues.
Ain't Nothing But the Blues.
And anywhere we get an invitation, you'll find us.
Anywhere?
Anywhere we get an invitation, you'll find us.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Is there a website?
Yes, there is, yeah.
What's the website?
That's Jeremiah Marques and the Blue Aces.
Jeremiah Marques and the Blue Aces. Fantastic stuff. So, guys, I won't delay any longer. So here with Dust My Broom is Jeremiah Marques and the Blue Aces.
I'm gonna get up early in the morning. I believe I'll dust my broom. I gotta get up early in the morning. I believe I'll dust my broom. I'm gonna quit the little girl I'm loving. My good friend can take a room. I believe my time is long. I believe my time is long. I got a letter this morning. They're breaking up my happy home. I don't want no woman, want every playboy she see. I don't want no woman, want every playboy that she see. She's a mean mistreater, she better get on and let me be. Call up Dunmore, see my baby gone back there. I'm gonna call up Dunmore, see my baby back there. Well, if she's not in Dunmore, she must be hanging out in Braintree, I know.